Some homes collapse in storms, others collapse in silence. And one sentence.
Daniel Cross once believed his home was unshakable. He built it brick by brick with long work hours, 2 mortgages, and the hope that love could weather any storm. But homes don't collapse in storms. They collapse in silence. His wife, Jennifer, had grown distant in ways that didn't make noise, only emptiness. Her 17-year-old son, Mason, treated Daniel like an inconvenience, a shadow trapped inside the walls. The tension started with small humiliations. Jennifer would throw away the dinners Daniel cooked, laugh at his clothes, or ignore him during conversations. She and Mason would whisper jokes at his expense, calling him the wallet. Daniel absorbed it all quietly, believing love demanded endurance. But humiliation grows. One night, Mason mocked Daniel in front of Jennifer's family. She said nothing. That's when something inside Daniel cracked, not loudly, just enough to let the cold in. Sarah lived next door, a single mother with a warm laugh and a quiet tenderness. They had only exchanged friendly nods for years, until the night she found him sitting on his porch alone, staring into the dark. "Rough day?" she asked. Daniel just nodded. "Want company?" He didn't expect kindness. He didn't expect warmth. And he certainly didn't expect anyone to listen, but Sarah did. For the first time in months, Daniel felt seen. One conversation turned into 2, then into evenings on the porch. Evenings turned into confessions, and confessions into a longing that only grows when 2 wounded people recognize themselves in each other. He didn't love her, not yet. But with her, he stopped feeling invisible. Loneliness is dangerous, not because it hurts, but because it makes kindness irresistible. Daniel's breaking point came at a dinner party. Jennifer's friends were over, gossiping loudly. Daniel had cooked a special meal, hoping foolishly for a little appreciation. Instead, Mason scraped the food into the trash and ordered a pizza. Jennifer didn't defend him. She laughed. When Daniel protested, Mason spit out the words that would end the marriage. "You're not my dad. You're just the guy my mom settled for." Jennifer didn't correct him. She just muttered, "Oh, stop being dramatic, Daniel. You're replaceable, replaceable." The word felt like a blade. Daniel left the table, left the noise, and walked straight to Sarah's porch. She took one look at his face and opened her arms. That night, Daniel made a choice not out of revenge, but out of survival. The affair began softly, 2 broken hearts sharing warmth in the dark. Jennifer was oblivious until she wasn't. She saw Daniel returning home late, noticed Sarah's cart nearby, and heard a new softness in his voice when he spoke of a friend. Then came the night she followed him. She watched him walk to Sarah's door, watched Sarah greet him with a smile meant only for him, and watched them kiss. Her scream echoed across the yard. The confrontation exploded. Jennifer called him a traitor. Daniel called out her years of disrespect. Mason rushed out, shouting. Neighbors gathered as Jennifer dragged Daniel's clothes onto the lawn and tore up photographs. But Daniel just stood there, calm and steady. "I stopped loving you," he said quietly, "the day you stopped respecting me." Jennifer filed for divorce, expecting to win. She assumed she'd drain Daniel financially, keep the house, and keep Mason. She assumed wrong. In court, Daniel revealed years of emotional abuse, the constant humiliation, financial records showing she never contributed, and messages proving her contempt. Sarah testified, and so did the neighbors. The judge saw a household where Daniel had been reduced to a target, not a partner. Jennifer lost everything: the house, spousal support, and community respect. Mason, finally seeing the wreckage he helped create, began to understand. Divorce isn't always destruction. Sometimes it's release. Daniel moved into a modest home by the lake. Sarah visited often, never pushing, always meeting him where he was. Their relationship grew from the soil of shared pain into blooming hope. She didn't replace Jennifer. She made Daniel realize he had never truly been seen before. Mason started visiting, apologetic and confused. Daniel didn't reject him. He simply said, respect isn't inherited. It's chosen. Jennifer, meanwhile, spiraled into loneliness and regret. She texted, she called, she begged. He never responded. Healing requires distance. And sometimes the person who breaks you is the one who teaches you how to build something better.